Hey there, this is Thaqif, and today I'll be telling you about the process of engineering design. First of all, to know what the process of engineering designs are, you must first know what engineering design is. Engineering design is a creative process to create a new product that turns into profit and benefits society in some way. The design engineer must be able to think independently, to draw conclusions, and to combine solutions. A successful design can be achieved when a logical procedure is followed to meet a specific need. Firstly, and most importantly, is the definition of the problem or the recognition of the want or need. Without a problem or a need, there will be no use for a new design. Secondly is the specifications and constraints, which is to find out what is your product to do and under what conditions must it be able to carry out these certain tasks. This means that your design will have to have a specific purpose and a specific task, and it has a certain amount of conditions that it can work in. Thirdly would be technical and functional analysis, which means that you must analyze how it will function and work out what is the best way for the product to carry out its function, including measurements and materials used. Number 4 would be concept generation, which is thinking of the mechanisms, the way that your design functions, how it would function, where and how the moving parts will move. And all of these will come together to form the big picture, which is your design. Number 5 would be design consideration, which is designing the product itself. This stage puts together all the previous planning stages together onto paper to include the visual design, measurement specifications, materials, and mechanism. Number 6, which is the most costly, would be prototyping and testing. This stage is where you make the first of your designs, be it a model or the actual design itself. It is your first prototype and it has to go through extensive testing to prove that it will be suitable for use, and maybe to test it so that it can handle misuse as well. Technology nowadays has helped us to greatly ease the pain of prototyping, and one such technology that is very well known is the famous 3D printer. The last would be improvement and design modification. After all the testing and prototyping, there is bound to be some areas that your design has to be improved on. Maybe it's supposed to be able to withstand more weight, higher temperatures, or maybe even corrosion resistance. But nonetheless, modifications must be made so that your design is as close to perfect as it can get. And lastly, after all the grueling tasks of churning out the perfect design, it can finally get onto production. Now we'll have a quick rundown of all these 7 stages. First would be to define your problem. Next is your specification, which is to identify conditions and limits. Next is analysis, which is how it functions and which is the best way to carry it out. There is the concept art, there will be the designing of the product itself, and then there is prototyping and testing. And lastly, which is to improve your design. This has been Thaqif, and thank you so much for listening.